Hi, I'm Simone, Communications and Content Lead at Airtame, and today I am sitting down to chat with a couple of Airtame's most esteemed employees. First off, I have Simon, who is Chief Product Officer at Airtame, and Airtame has been around since 2013, and you've been with Airtame
for 11 years.
For 11 years, so since 2014, you came in the door as an intern, and now you're Chief Product Officer. And most recently, you've developed perhaps the most exciting project ever for Airtame, which is the development of the new device, Airtame 3. Tell us what led us to this device. Tell us a little bit about the journey.
Yeah, so we knew we wanted to make a next generation Airtame, and we took all the learnings from the previous generation. So this is our fourth device, and the best one yet, of course. We needed more power, more juice to run the Airtame use cases. So we've packed all of that into the Airtame 3, and we're excited to bring that out into the market.
Airtame 3 kind of replaces the Airtame 2 and the Airtame Hub. Can you talk a little bit more about why we decided to bring together some of the aspects of both devices into one device? Because I know that Airtame 3 can kind of do everything that both of the devices can do, but better.
Exactly. Yeah, so we wanted to make it really, really simple for our customers to choose the Airtame device. So just having one piece of hardware from us makes it a lot easier. You pick your subscription plan, whether you need video conferencing or you want screen sharing, signage, and management only, and that's it. You basically have the Airtame 3. So we found that some customers really enjoy the power of the Airtame Hub and some of the nice features of connectors, but also the Airtame 2, being very compact, was a very popular choice. So we tried to take the best of both worlds and make a device that's small and easy to install, but still powerful enough to run all of the use cases, actually even more powerful than the Airtame Hub.
So what I'm hearing you say is also there's a certain sense of maybe simplicity to it, which I know is basically our use case. We want to make it simpler for people to get more out of their big screens. But there's also certain simplicity maybe in only having one device.
Yeah, exactly. Customers don't have to think too much upfront about which of the use cases they need to power. They buy the Airtame 3 with the subscription that they prefer, and they can always upgrade later on and add video conferencing to their rooms. So simplicity of choosing, and also simplicity of managing just the same device across your entire fleet of screens.
And perhaps also a little bit of flexibility, because now you mentioned there's hardware, but there's also a software aspect. Can you walk us through the combination of that? Why do we have both?
Yeah, so we recently launched Virtual Airtame, so you can now run the Airtame platform on other hardware than just the Airtame portfolio devices. And you can combine them, of course, so you can have Airtame 3 in your classrooms and Virtual Airtame on your hallway screens, or vice versa. And if you're in a business, you can put Virtual Airtame in some meeting rooms, Airtame 3 in others. It all depends on what hardware you already have and what use case you have for the different screens. So it's really easy. You put Airtame on all your screens. Your end users have the same user experience across the organization, whether it's your campus or your office. But it can be different things powering it. The end user doesn't really need to know. So it's very cost effective, because if you have screens that already have compute, you can run with Virtual Airtame. And if you have screens or projectors where you need a device to power the platform, you buy Airtame 3 and you're good to go.
Well, what about some of our happy customers who have been using Airtame for quite some time? What's going to happen to them? What if they still have Airtame 2s or hubs in circulation?
Yeah, so we've always had the sort of philosophy that you can mix and match, right? So just like you can mix and match Virtual Airtame and Airtame 3, you can also keep your existing Airtame portfolio and add Airtame 3 if you're opening up new buildings or refreshing some certain rooms in your organization. So no issue combining all of them. It's still the Airtame platform. You get the same unified experience, and you can manage all of your devices from Airtame Cloud. So don't worry about your existing Airtame devices. They will keep running, and you can combine them if you need some more additional screens powered by Airtame.
Which is interesting, because you would think, now that we're building a device, that it's more about the specific hardware that you need to plug in. But what you're saying is that you can actually mix and match and choose exactly the setup that you want. We are here to support who? Everyone?
Exactly. We want to power everyone to have more use of their screens, whether it's in the school or in a business context. And yeah, we don't think we need to sell you another piece of hardware if you already have one that can power the Airtame platform. So of course, Airtame 3 gives you the flagship experience, but if you have hardware in your rooms or in your screens that can already power our platform, we're happy to simply provide you with a software solution to run the Airtame platform.
All right. Now let's talk more about. You brought your baby with you today, right?
Exactly.
There it is.
There it is.
It still has sort of the form factor, as you also mentioned, of the Airtame 2, kind of that slick, not too big form factor and design. Can you talk about maybe performance-wise or specs? What are some things that customers will immediately notice if they switch to Airtame 3 or if they start using Airtame for the first time?
Absolutely. So yeah, if you're used to the Airtame 2, you'll immediately notice that it has more ports. So you don't need adapters and so on.
You can show the ports, I think.
Get the device up and running. So you have PoE on board and Ethernet on board, 2 HDMI ports, as some of our customers know from the Airtame Hub. But customers of the Airtame Hub will also notice that this device is pretty much half the size. So we've taken, as I mentioned, the compactness from Airtame 2 and put it in to a device that's more powerful than the Airtame Hub. So you're really getting the best of both worlds. Compact device, easy to install, but you have all the ports you need and you have lots of power to power your signage, your screen sharing, or your video conferencing.
And still a Kensington lock, I presume?
Still a Kensington lock, yes. So we haven't really taken anything away. So you have Kensington lock, you have USB ports to connect your video peripherals. If it's for video conferencing. So yeah, you pretty much have it all in a pretty compact case.
Was there something about powering that got easier or better with this device?
Yes, so we actually gave you 3 different options for powering the device.
3?
3 different, yeah.
Wow, that's a lot.
You have PoE Plus, so you can power it over a network cable. We have a power supply included in the box, so a regular USB-C power supply that you can use to power the device.
Comes in the box as well.
Okay,
so everything that's shipped to you, you also get the power. Okay, great.
Yes, exactly. And lastly, we have a USB-C port on the device that can deliver both display connectivity and power. So if you have a screen that has enough output on a USB-C port, you can actually connect with a single cable to the Airtame 3 and run everything via that one cable from your screen to the Airtame 3.
Could potentially be screens from one of the partners that we have?
Absolutely. Many of the interactive flat panels, they support this kind of connectivity. So if you have a screen from Smart, for example, or a recent generation, you can connect just a single cable between the Airtame and the Smart screen.
Why do you believe that if I'm a school or business already using Airtame, why should I upgrade to Airtame 3? What's kind of the uptick here?
Of course, it depends on your use case, but there's a lot more power in the Airtame 3. So you can say it's both a future-proofing of your screens to get that extra horsepower for the many things that we'll be adding to the Airtame platform in the future. But you will also notice it is simply just faster. So while Airtame 2 and Airtame Hub are great devices, technology has moved, right? And we are getting a very, very recent piece of chips in this device. So you'll notice that signage content loads really, really fast. Video conferencing calls start super fast.
Video conferencing is going to be a major, like a big deal for many of our clients and maybe also new customers coming in because suddenly the latency is going to be so low.
Exactly.
And then you said that also means that a lot of companies will feel more future ready in a sense. You're going to have some sort of longevity with this device as opposed to other devices, right?
Yes, exactly. So it is the flagship Airtame experience with the most recent, you can say, hardware inside. So it will last for many years and be very, very fast.
How would you pitch Airtame today? Like, I know how we've pitched it in the past. Does that pitch kind of change with the Airtame 3 device? Like if you had to pitch it to a new customer?
I think in many ways the pitch doesn't change too much. It's just a much easier, much simpler story of how do you get started, because you pick Virtual Airtame or Airtame 3 and you pick, do you need video conferencing in your room or do you just need screen sharing, signage and management? And then you're off to the races. But the pitch doesn't really change. We're still the platform for screens that make sure that your classrooms, your meeting rooms, your hallway screens, they're all up to date and easy to use no matter who you are and what device you bring with you. That doesn't change. It's the same with Airtame 3.
So one platform, one device covers all of your needs?
Yes, exactly.
All right. So in short, Airtame 3 is more than just our newest device. It's the platform and it's a consolidation of our previous products and also the future of Airtame and hopefully the future of how we use screens together. Do you have anything that you want to add to that?
Just tell us how you see the device, how you like it once you get it in your hands. We'd love to get your feedback as always. So we're always curious to hear what our customers think and how we can improve. So try it out, share your thoughts with us. We'd love that.
Yeah, looking so much forward to hearing people's feedback when Airtame 3 is going to hit the roads.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining, Simon, and we'll talk soon again.
Thank you.